is going on, interwebs? We are back again with another immersive mod video for Skyrim Special Edition. I almost said remastered. Pay no attention to the bunny suit. We'll get to that at the end of the video. That's catered to one specific person. Moving on. Up first, we have Alternate Start Live Another Life by Arthmore. It is a mod that lets you completely bypass that really boring long-ass intro to Helgen. And you can choose basically where you want to start, how you want to start, and what you choose actually depends on how you actually start the game. Money-wise, clothing-wise, armor, weapons, and how close to death you are. Let's take a look real quick. This footage is from, I believe, yesterday's video. I'm reusing it. And as you can see, you have a shit ton of options. You could be arriving on a ship. You own property in one of the holds. You can choose any of them. Member of a guild. Patron of a local inn. Soldier in the army. Vanilla start. Escape the cell. Outlaw in the wilds. Vigilant of Stendar. Camping in the wilds. A vampire. A necromancer. A whole slew of options. And depending on which one you pick, you could either screw yourself over in the long run, because my friend started as a necromancer, or one of those really fucked up versions. And as I said yesterday in yesterday's video, he started in, like, Mizilsfeld, or however the fuck you say it, that really huge underground dwarven city, where you can Fusro-Da that orb and that dragon comes down. Yeah, he fucked himself. So careful with what you choose. Up next, we have Relationship Dialogue Overhaul, or RDO, by, hold on, let me check my list, Clouded Truth. This mod basically is a dialogue overhaul, as it says. So your companions, your spouse, or whoever who likes you, or who doesn't like you, they don't sound like robots. Their dialogue is fleshed out, they're more loving, or more hatred towards you. Very immersive, very useful, definitely worth a look. Up next, we have Ordinator, Perks of Skyrim. This is actually one of the better fucking mods ever to come out for this. It is by Sion. I hope I said that right. It basically overhauls the skill trees, all of them. It keeps the vanilla skills, but also adds some of their own, which are really fucking awesome and really cool. There's like a whole combo system. It's so extensive, you need to check it out yourself. But for the sake of this video, I recorded just a teeny bit of it. This is the pickpocket skill tree. You won't see all the skills, but you can see their names. You can tell which ones are vanilla and which ones are added in. You can read the descriptions if you pause the video. Because trust me, you definitely either need to pause the video and look at the skills, or just download it yourself. There are so many fucking skills. So many skills. I cannot even begin. This video would be damn near 45 minutes long if I just covered this mod alone. It is fucking goddamn ridiculous. But in a good way. There's nothing too overpowered. I could see if you comboed some of these skills, you could basically have like the ultimate warrior kinda. It feels more fleshed out. And I'm going to use that term a lot for some of these mods, basically the dialogue ones. But it just feels like this is what Skyrim should have been, if that makes any sense. Like, the skills actually make sense. They expand on the vanilla ones. The vanilla ones are still there. There's nothing, like, super fucking outrageous. All of the new skills make sense. They make you more powerful without making you, like, fucking God among men, you know? It's highly... And it's not just me that thinks this. This author has stated that it has won awards. So, if you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. It is called Ordinator, Perks of Skyrim by Sion. I know I've already said this, but I want to really sink it in that this is definitely worth a check. I feel like I'm butchering your name, dude, so I'm just going to spell it Enaisiaion. And ordinator is spelled Ordinator. Execute. I feel like this guy has played ESO, or this girl has played Elder Scrolls Online, because some of these names have actually been taken from ESO. Execute. That is actually the morph of one of the two-handed weapon skills, which is funny because it is in the two-handed weapon skill tree. I just feel like they've played it, and ESO, in my opinion, their skills are a little bit more fleshed out than Skyrim vanilla. You can definitely tell they took a lot of time for this. It shows. And it's worth it. Okay, next we have Apocalypse, Magic of Skyrim. Again, by a nice scion. This person really knows what they're doing. It has won awards, or has endorsements, I guess I should say. It is a mod for Magic. It adds over 100 new spells. You can see right there, Blood Pool. I can't read it from here. But it keeps vanilla magic, for sure, just like the Ordinator skill tree, but it just adds more magic. So if you're a magic user, if you like using magic, this is definitely a download for you. I know there's a lot of like magic overhauls out there, but from what I've seen, this is by far the best one. I don't typically use magic, so I haven't tried it out myself, but it has over 1,000 votes, so it can't be that bad. Next, we have Wildcat, Combat of Skyrim, again by a nice scion. This guy or girl, my hat is off to him. They know what the fuck they're doing to make Skyrim more enjoyable for the masses. What this does is it increases the combat AI to be more lethal, meaning they'll dodge more, they'll parry your strikes more. You are allowed to parry. There's an aspect to this where it's like perfect blocking, kind of like in Dark Souls where you can do that perfect parry and get that gut stab or do a backstab type deal. There are certain things in here like injuries. You could have arm injuries, chest injuries, head injuries. Much, again, like Dark Souls and some other games. Definitely worth a check if you want to up the scale of difficulty in your Skyrim game. It is fucking glorious. Up next, we have Realistic Conversations by Gorgula. I really want to say Gorgonzola, but that's Gorgula. What this mod does is the conversation overhaul. It makes it so that the NPCs, when they talk to each other, don't sound like fucking robots. You know, they don't sound like synthetic beings. Most noted in the taverns. I believe this is what this mod has affected. In my taverns, patrons will actually call the quote-unquote wench over and be like, hey, I need a drink, and then they actually tip them. It's cool. Up next, we have Immersive Citizens AI Overhaul by Arnwad.Dorchimont. What this mod does is it overhauls the AI, obviously. They actually have schedules that they keep, unless it's weather related. You know, if it's rain, they'll retreat indoors, which Wet and Cold also does. And Wet and Cold will disable itself in lieu of this, but you can go in your powers menu, turn this off, the weather part of it, and make Wet and Cold your preferred one. But AI actually have schedules. People that work in the tavern won't be in the tavern until nighttime. It's actually really cool. Up next, we have Immersive Wenches by Kazuke Hajime. I hope I said that right. Immersive Wenches kind of ties back into Immersive Citizens, in which case they won't be in the tavern until nighttime because their shift hasn't started. Now, sometimes they will be in there, but for the most part, they'll be walking around town, shopping, doing whatever. You can pay them to be a follower, but what I found most interesting is that you can actually pay them to have sex with you. And if you have sex with a wench, you actually get a buff for a certain amount of time. Which is very interesting. Let it never be said that sex does not invigorate you. Mage Wench technique. These are the buffs, if you couldn't tell. Increased magicka for scaled points, in this case 35, and magicka regeneration scaled. Mystic Wench technique, I don't know how many buffs there are, I have 2, but this one increases my attack damage by 10% for 8 hours. Again, that's scaled to your level. It could be different for you. Very interesting. Up next in our list, we have RS Children Overhaul by Atsurelu. I hope I said that right. This is an overhaul for all the children in Skyrim. It's a retexture, just like you can for males and females in your game, both you and NPCs. This is for children. It turns them from those ugly-ass little trolls that used to follow you around into these beautiful children that actually look like they could have grown up into the NPCs that you have actually made with retextures. It changes their clothes, sometimes their clothes, their face, and their hair. Definitely an improvement, though I'm not sure why she looks cross-eyed. And here we are in Riften. I'm just showing off some of the kids. I thought what better place to go to find children than the orphanage. As you can see, these kids look infinitely better than their vanilla counterparts. I'm really favoring Hror. I might actually adopt him, because he looks like a fucking badass.
Horrible world. Now, what do you all say?
Love you, Joe. Thank you for your kindness.
That's better. Now scurry off, my little gutter snipes.
Okay, to break the immersion for a second, we have Animal Pajama XB by Kyung Kyung. The wife did not believe me that there were animal onesies in this game now as a mod, so here we go, hun. This is just for you. Alright, in the miscellaneous section, at the forge, you can, as you see, craft a bear, a chicken, a fox, a frog, a goat, a milk cow, a panda, a pig, a rabbit, and a tiger onesie. I'm just gonna call it a onesie because that's what it is. They require a whole bunch of source materials, you know, like bear claws, snow bear pelts, nern roots, death bell, etc., etc. That is the bear one. I didn't craft all of them because I don't have any crimson nern root. The crafting chests mod I use doesn't have crimson nern root in the apothecary satchel in Dragon's Reach, so I couldn't get any. That is the fox. This is just a really quick overview. Just because she didn't believe me, I'm putting it in today's video. She's like, what? No way, I'm super jelly. Well, here you go, hun. That's the goat. Here's the milk cow. The tails are not independent, they don't move on their own like a Khajiit. And they barely move at all when you walk around, but they do have tails. This is the panda. By far my favorite. Maybe the rabbit's my favorite, I'm not entirely sure. The pig. Look at the curly tail. I realize this mod is to a limited audience, but, you know, for those girls out there that are, like, super duper into anime and, like, the cutesy, like, kawaii type stuff, kind of like my, wife. Yeah, this is for you, for sure. That is the tiger. And the best part about these, if I could get it here, you actually keep your hair. Alright, last in our list of immersion mods this time is Super Simple Bathing by Mizin, M-Z-I-N. What this basically does, over 40 in-game hours you will become filthy, which will give you a significant debuff. You need to use a bar of soap, which you can craft or buy. You get 5 for free as soon as it's installed, to wash yourself. And I think Aerith is best to show this off, so I'm just gonna let her take it away. Finally, the woman gets to speak. My god. Anyway, I'm Aerith, and I'm a dirty, dirty girl. As you can clearly see by all this crap smeared all over me. Adventuring is rough, people, so what can I say? As you can see, I have a filthy debuff which makes my prices atrocious and my health regeneration even more so. What I need to do is take this bar of soap in my potions menu and give my ass a good scrub down. Would you like to see that? Oh yeah, so wet. Just rub it all over. Get myself nice and clean. Though I think I like being dirty a little bit more. Know what I mean, guys? Yeah. Pop a squat. Get it nice and clean. And there we go. Right. So, Aerith is clean now and in her onesie for bedtime. I'm gonna go polish my sword and increase my skill levels in one-handed and possibly two-handed, depending on how shiny I get my sword. But, yeah. Drop a like and subscribe for more stuff from Aerith and myself. I will see you later. Dear God. She was so wet.